Hello everyone, welcome back to Mama Rick's channel. Excuse the light. You can see the website here. This website here is CoinGecko. Now, I think this is too bright, guys. Hold on, give me a second. This is CoinGecko. Now we have CoinMarketCap, which is here. So these websites, they serve a similar purpose. This is where you come to select, to pick and choose where you want to put your hard-earned money. This is where you come. This is the place. Guys, this is not the way. This is not the way. This is not how it's going to be in the future. We know there's going to be hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrencies out there. The same way there's tons of websites out there. There's a lot of websites we do not know. Many of you know about the deep web. So there's this thing, I'm sure most of you have heard of this, that maybe we know 5% of the internet, and that's what you see when you go to Google. You're exploring about 5% of the internet. So imagine what's in the other 95%. So that's going to be similar with cryptocurrencies. And I've always said this, and we're going to see a future where Bitcoin does not have the highest market capitalization, but that does not mean the price of Bitcoin will not be high. There might be some other cryptocurrency out there with a much higher supply, maybe with a more sophisticated model or whatever, something unique about it. Let me just give an example. Just imagine if Dogecoin, for example, maybe went to $10. Probably would not happen, but I'm just trying to drive a point across. So we can easily reach a scenario where the crypto space is so scattered to the point that you can't even use a linear structure like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko to really determine what is the best or what is not the best. It's a very subjective thing, especially with what cryptocurrencies will represent. Cryptocurrencies will represent social structures, geopolitical contracts. They'll represent inter-business, inter-cooperation contracts. They'll represent real estate. They'll represent derivatives. They represent commodities. They'll represent shares of companies. Tokens will be created by high schools, for kids to transact with themselves as a game, but they cannot be destroyed. So I think you've all seen those movies, or you've done it in your school or in the past when you were younger, where people dig up a place and then they put something, and then 50 years later they come open it up. We've seen movies like that. So there could be tokens around that kind of structure. So the class of this year, or it could be a university, it could be a workplace. The people that are here this year, they're going to receive a limited supply of these tokens, and maybe as the company grows, the value of this token grows depending on how you perform, or maybe a certain year in maybe university, students wanted to have this valuable token that represented their presence at that institution at that particular time. So whatever value is attached to those tokens, who knows? It's like having a jacket of a team or of an institution. So there's going to be a representation of so many things around the token structure, tokenomics, but however, that doesn't mean the way life works is that for some reason there's always something that's better than the other, even if this is very but it's going to be a very dynamic environment. It's going to be a very diverse environment. For example, let me give an example. When you look at health, you don't there are certain aspects, depending on when you go into a hospital, when you go to talk to a doctor, there's something you're looking for. Maybe you have a headache, maybe you have something itching somewhere, you have a particular need that you need. So you go to a particular, you might go to a dermatologist, you might go to a dentist, you might go to a surgeon that does the full-on CT scan and MRIs. You go to that kind of doctor that does that sort of analysis of the whole body to detect what's wrong with you. So there's different needs you would there's different aspects of yourself you want to know about by approaching a doctor or a hospital, because there's different needs. So that's going to happen in cryptocurrencies as well. Whether one of the cryptocurrencies is going to be a global reserve currency, time will tell. A lot of people will say it's Bitcoin. The XR people will say it's XRP. The Ethereum people will say it's Ethereum. But the world does not work like that. I don't think there's going to be one cryptocurrency that's going to win, and then the people in that community are like, guys, you see, we told you this is going to be it. This is going to be it. No, I don't think that's going to be it. This space is completely going to flip, and the same way people didn't really understand. When you look at old videos of Steve Jobs talking about social media and how things are going to evolve, the guy nailed it. He nailed it. I think he was about like 80-90% accurate on how things are going to. He was really talking about social media and the social structure of this underlying how the internet was going to evolve and how people are going to interact with it, the social aspect of the internet. So it's the same thing with cryptocurrencies. We think we know cryptocurrencies because we've been here and we're looking at these things, but there's so many distractions. There's the price distractions, there's the news distractions, there's the uncertainty when it comes to regulation, there's uncertainty when it comes to so many things. The security of the networks, are they going to be scalable? Are they really secure? Can they be attacked? Can they be 51% attacks? We just saw there's an article that I saw that the Bitcoin SV, which was the fork of was it a fork of Bitcoin or a fork of Bitcoin Cash? I think it has suffered, the one by Craig Wright. It has apparently suffered multiple 51% attacks. But that's a project on its own that a lot of people did not really fancy that. So when you look at CoinMarketCap, let's just use this because it's like the household name for checking cryptocurrency. You look at Bitcoin, this is a valuation of cryptocurrency in terms of market capitalization. And sometimes this can also, get a bit convoluted because there could be a cryptocurrency out there with a higher market capitalization that should be maybe in the top 10, but it's not listed here for whatever reasons. We do not know. So the point is, I'm going to look at the top 20 cryptocurrencies. So despite what I think of how the crypto space is going to change, it still doesn't stop us from trying to look out for those cryptocurrencies that are really going to dominate the space, whatever metrics you use, even if you use market capitalization, whether you use price, whether you use supply of the token, there's going to be cryptocurrencies that are going to be dominant in this space, and they're going to live on for a very long time because of the type of value and the network effect they have. Just like the way you see Ethereum, the only thing that has stopped it is the scalability issues. If it wasn't for that, Ethereum would have already taken over the world. So that's how things can really change really fast in the cryptocurrency space. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to look at a couple of cryptocurrencies and really dive deep. I'm going to look at the top 20 list. Hopefully it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed by that time. I know on the channel I normally talk about Fetch, but that one is always there. Very amazing technology. I think it will be one of those cryptocurrencies to actually emerge as victors, in the sense that they will capture a very wide market with a very niche type of product. It's a very simple, very niche type of product that can be applied to very, very many different things. So I'll look at the top 20 cryptocurrencies and try to dig deep into like 3 cryptocurrencies. I'm not going to mention them right now, but I'll be popping them up as surprises. I'm going to do some deep dives in those cryptocurrencies, and through doing those deep dives in those particular cryptocurrencies, we hope to see some parallels, and we hope to hopefully draw connect more pieces together to other cryptocurrencies, just like some of the videos I've done about layer 1 cryptocurrencies, about like Arbitrum with Uniswap. And you look at the dynamic nature of how these things are evolving. When you look at the Flow blockchain really narrowing down or niching, capturing the niche of NFTs, and the Wax blockchain, there's certain blockchains that are trying to capture particular niches. For example, XRP trying to capture the with on-demand liquidity, essentially moving money across the globe. Cardano wants to develop its own Ethereum, its own smart contracts in a scalable manner, fast manner. Binance Coin, I think, really wants to be the token that represents the Goliath or the behemoth of the Binance ecosystem. So each token has its own particular use case. Bitcoin is a first mover. It has a massive network effect. Ethereum obviously is massive, DeFi, and most of the activity is happening there because of the amazing technology they brought, which was smart contracts. And that's why I'm very excited about Fetch.ai, because they have a unique value, they have a unique use case, which is the autonomous economic agents. And then some of the cryptocurrencies that have made it up here, we see Dogecoin. Dogecoin is respected in the sense that it's been around for a long time. It's one of the first cryptocurrencies, but it has also gotten very huge attention, or a very big boost from people like Elon Musk. When you look at this list, Polkadot with interoperability, they've not really solved that properly yet, but I think it's because of the people that develop Polkadot. I think the guy came from Ethereum and he was one of the smartest guys. So it has that attachment to that person and the type of problem he's trying to solve. Uniswap, one of the first decentralized, or the first I think exchange to really bring forth this idea of having liquidity pools. Binance USD, USDT, those are stable coins. Chainlink came with the Oracle system. Bitcoin Cash, one of the first significant forks of the Bitcoin network, though there were others like Litecoin. Litecoin also came from there, but it was a different environment. Roger Ver being one of the first people to really invest in the Bitcoin ecosystem, he could create that network effect. So you look at Litecoin, Solana, Wrap Bitcoin, Polygon Matic. There's cryptocurrencies in this list that you have to ask yourself, what are they doing in the top 20? Especially with the cryptocurrency space in its current state. So those are the cryptocurrencies I'll look out for. I'll try to cover them just to help us draw some extra parallels. And we try to predict where the future is going as regards cryptocurrencies, what their value will be like, what is going on, and just to see what kind of network effect is being created in terms of many things. When you put together what I've just said, plus the social effect, a lot of cryptocurrencies are going to be private cryptocurrencies that we'll never even know about them, but they will have tremendous value in their own inner circles. When you go to virtual worlds, you'll have cryptocurrencies or tokens or NFTs that will give you access to certain places. For example, if you're going to Decentraland, you'll be able to access maybe a very certain clubs or certain galleries or certain houses or estates within the Decentraland ecosystem if you're in possession of certain tokens. So the space is going to change, really. The same way we know a little bit about the internet, it's going to be the same thing about crypto. But that doesn't stop us from continuously looking into the space, because that's the most important thing, staying around. So guys, that was just a simple update that I wanted to bring to you. I really, hopefully you learned something, but it was just sort of a precursor to what I plan to do in the future. A brief analysis of a few cryptocurrencies to see where we're going. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope you learned something. I'll see you on the next one. Get ready guys. Take care.